Hey everybody, I'm Go VR Go Home, and I want to welcome you back to my layout. This is layout update for October of 2020. Here we go. All right, so let's get started, and we'll work from this side of the room to the other side of the room, because I feel like the most of what I've been working on right now is in this general area. So as you can see, my Helix. Well, not much to say except for the fact that I'm out of track, except for that one last piece here, and I'm out of switches, I'm out of rail joiners, and basically I'm out of wood too. So I need to restock up on a lot of things so I can continue on. Now, because I was out of all these, very important things that I need, especially track, I started doing a bit of scenery stuff. So as you can see back here, because I will not have any access to this once the Helix goes up, because basically that's how much room I have in between each one. So if I'm standing right here, this is the general corner here, I can only reach in about that far. So I need to complete all this in this area before I go any higher. That includes the backdrop. Now I'm waiting for my backdrop still. It should be in this week, early next week. Not too sure. It's coming from overseas, so that'll have to go in at least up until the station here, and then basically I've got all my track down, which is obvious. All the feeders are down for it, which really, not much. I took my bridge, there was like an abutment that I had. I cut it basically down the middle, and I turned it into what will be a bridge scene, a bridge tunnel, if you will. So when we look at it, we'll look at it from about here. So this is in the yard. You can't really see it all that much. And that's where the trains will basically disappear beyond this point here, because when this gets built up, that's all going to get blocked. So I just had to put basically an end cap on, the viewing point for this. And I hate doing it, but I did it. I weaved a whole bunch of cardboard throughout here because I wanted to tie this in a little bit to here, so that, it's more aesthetically, pleasing or whatever to the eye. I'm probably going to have like a little office, a yard office or something right here with a road that's going to come right down the switches here. And then I'm going to complete this by doing hill right along here to kind of round that off, fill this in, and then it's done. I put in all the extra ties. You can see there's still a few little wet spots, because I filled in all the empty spots of my yard here, right up to about here, with all the extra ties. All these tracks here are wired up. They're good to go. And I even have my little switch board in here. This is for the first 5 tracks, so I've got them numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I've got station platform here. So this is basically, that's the bypass there, the station bypass track. Or if I'm running 3 passengers, why not? And then obviously my 2 main lines that go out on both sides there. So those are all glued together, but I still have to paint all this before I can put any of this stuff in place here. Just for obvious reasons, I don't want it to get covered in the paint. Now, this is what I use. A lot of people ask, what I use to color my ties and whatnot. It's the Rust-Oleum Camouflage Brown. And here's something neat that I found. So basically, looks like a little gun with a little trigger, right? You put your paint can, right? You put it right on there. And the little thing here, which is spring-loaded, I don't know if you can see that or not, but when you push down, it sprays. So instead of holding my finger on it like this, going tss, right, I can hold it like this. It's it's evenly distributed weight, and I can get a little bit of more of a further reach to it, and I get a better spray. It's more consistent, and it's a very smooth thing to, I mean, like, I don't even know where you can buy something like this. I found it in a bin. We have all sorts of neat things that I find in bins. Take an afternoon, go treasure hunting, you know? So I blasted all that because that's obviously, I can't reach any of that after this. So, but I'll continue that on. I have to finish my yard, need a couple more switches here, and then I'll have a diverging thing here, which will have shops and whatnot over this way. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that. It's really neat. And yeah, I got to finish weaving, unfortunately. And then I've got a little retaining wall there as well, if you can see that. So all I need to do is make a road to go across there, fill in a little bit behind it, and then plaster cloth all of this. Once obviously this is all covered over as well. Make a little road, and then kind of fill in back here. And then this entire section from basically here on, it's more or less done, and I don't have to worry about it anymore, and I can move up to the next level. One of the biggest questions, or commonly asked questions for my Helix here, is how am I exiting my Helix? Well, I know you can't really tell because I had to remove my modules from this side. I added another post here, and I moved the smaller one over to here. Now, when the modules are back in place and they're evenly supported, I'm going to take a piece like this, and it's going to connect, right, see where that track is there? So this is like a diverging curve, if you will, and that basically, you know, goes off onto this level here, right from this one. So I'm going to have to go around another 2 more times, which should be a solid pack of track. That a full thing will do that. And it'll get me to my second level here, to which I can, you know, go down and around and all that stuff. And that's how I'm going to exit at this level. But only one track is exiting. The other track is going to continue, the inside track is going to continue going around up to the next level. But on this very exact same level here, there's also going to be a track that's coming back, and it's going to reconnect on the exact same level. So as this one's going up, there's a track that's going to be entering the Helix at the same time that one is exiting. And then they're going to continue on up to the third level. So that's hopefully that answers your question as far as that. But yeah, that's basically how it's going to exit, right? Like, you know, something like that. Okay, so like I was saying, I had to add another post here coming out. I felt that with what I had, it was kind of dipping right in the middle. And obviously you can't tell now because, you know, I took it off, but I re-leveled it, right? It's level. Those are level. And I just wanted a little bit more support in this area here. And then I'll reattach them. But I really needed access to the back. And of course, back here as well, because I'm going to have to do scenery stuff. And then I'll put the, the module back up. It's just easier this way to get in there and whatnot. Places like this, I need access to. But something like this here, I won't have to take this off. I mean, I could if I really wanted to, but because that whole bridge comes out, I have access right to the back, and I can do everything here that I need to do without needing to take that off. Same thing with all back in here, and all this is very close to the front, so I don't need to remove any of that top part there. But as soon as I am finished doing what I need to do at the farthest reaches, which is, you know, the back area, then obviously I can put those modules back up. I'm going to have to cut one of them down so that there's a little one here and then one here. Nothing too crazy, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this is actually turning out. My yard, it's not how I wanted it to be, but I'm still very happy with how it's turning out. Because I've never had a yard this big before, so it'll be nice to have lots of storage for my rail cars. And Bubs031, he's agreed to do the buildings for this area here. So I have to get those kits, and then he said that he was going to build them and paint them and detail them for me. And then this is basically going to be his project in this area here. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he comes up with. I just got to get all the stuff first, and then he'll be able to work away at it. But we're moving along here. The bridge still looks okay. There's no issues with it. And yeah, not much has gone on this way. I did fill in some more empty tie spots along here, just kind of filling them in as I go. I did stop there. I need to keep going with it. I am relocating my power system. More on that later. Those are some excellent rolling stock / locomotive there for the end of the month show. But I'm not showing you or telling you what they are. My LRC graveyard. I still have to oil all those wheels and change out all the couplers before they go into service. I guess you could say I have my work cut out for me. But we're just going to continue around here. And yeah, not much has gone on this way. Like, the feeders are down for this. I just have to connect them all. This is my dumping ground, as you can see. But I'm not really doing anything over here. Except that's where I work now. As you can see in that back corner there, I got my work computer and chair. And it's neat because the train just rolls right by when I'm working. It'd be better if it was on a loop, but not really. So I can work and play at the same time. Just kidding. I just focus on my work. Half kidding. But yeah, that's about it. I don't really have too much else done yet. I'm patiently waiting on this backdrop, which kind of looks like this. If it isn't this. But yeah, that's basically how the backdrop is going to look. But it's the full 40 feet going right around, which stops right about there. And I'm really excited to get that in, because not only will it add a bit of color here, but it'll give me an idea of how I'm going to be scenicking things. You know, focusing on, like, you know, I have to do the ballast and all that over here, and the grass. So, you know, kind of excited to do that stuff, because that's my bread and butter. I love doing the scenic stuff. So it'll be very fun to get to do that early on, even though I still have another 2 levels to go. But you know, it's good to take a break from the laying track or wiring to do the things that you really like doing. So it's great to be able to get to do that this early on, especially even building some trees, putting some trees back in here, and some shrubbery. So that'll be neat. I can't wait to do it. So, and lastly, we've got candy. Well, Halloween is still a go, and it looks like for our Halloween show, I'm going to be giving away some candy. Just kidding. It's what's on the inside that counts. And believe me, it's not candy that's in there. I made sure to eat all the M&Ms and Arrows before deciding to give any of this away. So you have to stay tuned, because GVO After Dark, which happens on October 29th at 8 o'clock, I'm going to give away some free stuff. Some tricks and treats for you guys, and really excited to be able to show off some brand new stuff. I'm going to say stuff because I don't want to give it away. I don't want to tell you what it is. That's why they're hiding in the boxes. So join us October 29th on YouTube, right here on my channel for GVO After Dark. It's our 2-year 24th episode, which equals a total of 2 years that we've been doing this, and it's the season finale, basically. I mean, it's not like Friends or anything, but you know, it's train stuff. So if it was like Friends, but with trains, and you know, maybe a little bit of Seinfeld too, because Mark is kooky, so he's like, you know, the kind of Seinfeld kind of guy. But anyways, the show's gonna be awesome. We're gonna dress up. I'm still not completely sure what to wear. I have an idea, just got to be able to pull it together. I don't think anybody will get it. No one could guess my costume last year. Just totally out of the loop with everything. But it'll be exciting this year. I don't even know what Mark is going to be. So, but speaking of Mark, he's doing his live show tonight over on his channel, M&M Rails. Normally 8 o'clock, as always. Go check him out and go support. But until next time, or until I figure out how to clean up all this mess and find out where all the candy went that I didn't eat. Mr. Big, you're next. Same with you, Crunchy, or Crispy Crunch. Until next time, I'm Go Over Go Home. Thank you for stopping by. I think it's nap time. She's still napping from the last video. I wonder if she's... Hey. Excuse me. Oh, hey, sorry. Okay, good. Okay, go back to sleep. I have a train to catch.